I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's a filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
Orange Goblin Acid Trial is next, you losers.
You losers. Okay, so I just need to put the... Can you just, on this, see how I'm putting the time? So Orange Goblin, and then just, if you can just stick the time, 1:47, because that's when we start.
I might.
Right up there. Right up there.
Where is the
Okay,
thing?
Orange Goblin.
Is it 147?
148.
Okay. We gotta do the intro.
Can I drop this here? Or no? Does it start?
Yep. It's almost like you're not familiar. It's like you're not familiar with how to run this program that we've had for a year.
It doesn't matter. Everybody has seen how you run these shows, and they see stuff starting, things ending too soon, and you've been doing it for over a year.
All right,
so.
you're up.
Okay.
Nobody has seen that.
I'm done.
Just hit play.
Pretty sure we just had a
You could just put the thing over it. Isn't that what you said? You're going to put the thing over it?
Oh, absolutely. I thought
Okay.
you said we weren't doing that, but okay. Great. Put your headphones on.
Okay, my headphones are always on. Orange Goblin Acid Trial, ladies and gents. Let's go. Get the lyrics. Sounds a little black metal-y. Well, I was Missouri, obviously.
Missouri, yeah.
The first half of the song, I was like, damn, I don't know how to interpret this song. And then the last verse, I said, oh, okay. That makes sense. Because he told you, nothing is real. Set sail on the good ship, levitation. That might be an error or what? Is it the ship levitation? Levitation? Eyes wired shut with fascination. Cold-blooded silence in the vacuum. Astronauts dining in the back room. This guy's also rapping. Mm-hmm. I love that. I loved the cadence of this song in the verse.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's always like, that's a big challenge to me, is to make.
Hey babe, you're not in the camera.
Oh, is that so?
That's you gotta.
Oh.
You gotta.
Like. So when I'm listening to a band, and Sean already said this, he's like, "Yo, this makes me want to play guitar." Exactly. This is a band that makes me want to play. This particular song makes me want to get my guitar out and play.
Oh,
like,
I could see that.
I want to leave right now.
Yep.
Like the riff that lick that dude came up with, and I'm so happy that they rode that riff for the entire song, because when I first started listening to Megadeth, I was like, "Fuck Dave, no!" Because he would just do some like random throwaway riff, and the random throwaway riff was like the heaviest shit in the world, but he's just so good that he just, you know. So like this one, I'm really glad that they emphasized this riff and stayed on it for sure. There was some Maiden influences in there. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the first half of the lyrics. I'm like, oh my god, like this is gonna be a really hard song to exegete.
I don't know how to explain this, but when songs do this.
What's that?
I like it. I can't explain it. It's just because he was riding the riff, but then there was like that other little thing that was going on that was repetitively happening. I love it when songs do stuff like that.
It was like a sweep when it goes.
Yeah, like it kept doing that over and over.
That's a little sweep. He was sweeping pretty hard in the solo. That's like all they were doing actually. Hold on. This one? Solo? Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. So I love that cadence. And I honestly like I'm glad I got introduced to rap first before I got introduced to metal.
Why?
Because I believe that when you have multiple syllables in a song, it does something to the cadence and the flow of the song that is a rhythm in itself. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of music is about rhythm and pace and things like that, right? So he's like, if you're in there and you're looking at this stuff, eyes wired shut with fascination. Cold-blooded silence in the back room. Astronauts dining in the vacuum. See what I'm saying? Like you can do a lot with that as far as just the way that you rhythmically say that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And that in itself becomes its own little rhythm inside of the riff itself, which is a rhythm, which bass and all the rest of it. Yep. So, in our song, the first two verses are like that. And
it's like that in the other one too.
Which one?
The one that was for me, but it's for everyone.
The mask one?
No, isn't, or unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying.
I'm not about the rap song. I'm talking about the metal song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only written one metal song so far.
Yeah, that's true.
Aside from the Weird Al one.
Yeah. Ignore what I just said.
Or you're talking about Peter's one that Peter sent you. So I wrote this riff, blah blah blah. Jambi said it was okay, but Sori was like, it's not as good as Peter's, because Peter, our drummer, he sent us something because he was working on it, and so she never likes my stuff, never.
You guys, he has a guitar with missing strings and it's not tuned, and then he plays it when I'm trying to sleep. That's not always, but he does it like so. It's not hooked up to the amp. When you went downstairs in the basement and you played it on the amp, that took it up a lot. And then when the drums got added to it, then I was beginning to see it. Okay, nobody can be everything at once. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you say.
Some people can look at a pile of wood and see a house. That's me. I can see a house from the pile of wood. I can't see a whole song completed from one riff that gets done on a guitar that's half falling apart. Okay? I'm not that talented. Anyway.
Words go unspoken, deeds go undone. Mark of the devil engraved on the sun. It's just smart
Freaks
lyric
and
writing.
fanatics are losing their mind. No one believed in the world that they left behind.
Further to the east for liberation, falling in line for medication. Drug added comforts in the vacuum. Dinosaurs choke in the back room. Saturn is calling its children back home. Eyes of Medusa have turned them to stone. Saturn, remember in, was it The Grudge on Tool?
Yeah, what about it?
He says Saturn ascends, right?
Yeah,
Saturn ascends.
Yeah.
I think Saturn is supposed to be like metaphorical for what do you call it? Like maturity, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's all the interplanetary stuff. I kind of looked at it when we were doing the Lateralis review.
Yep.
But yeah.
Speaking of Saturn, Vin and I went to an escape room, and the question was, third planet from the sun. And we're like, the third planet from the sun? What is that? Saturn? Is that? And then all of a sudden, like 2 seconds later, Vin's like, Earth. Oh my gosh, it's Earth.
What were we doing? Pluto or Mars or whatever? Shit was ridiculous. I was like, I know it's Teratacacon. Saturn ascends is Saturn referring to astrology. It means Saturn returns to meet your natal self. This happens every 27 to 29 years. It brings you back to your birthplace, a place for you to either grow and change or continue to make the same mistakes. In astrology, it is a wake-up call or time to change something or to let something go.
Okay.
So if you go back to it, dinosaurs choke in the back room. Saturn is calling its children back home. Okay, so it's like time to reset. The eyes of Medusa turn them to stone. Bayonetter's waiting for the breathing to stop, clinging to life till the very last drop. So he's got all these crazy scenes, and then it turns out that he's just a crazy person in a psych ward. Crossing through veins as it cuts to the bone. Talking to someone, but I'm all alone. Weight of the world has me pinned to the floor. Doctor don't mind, so he's giving me more. And then he also says, line up to the medication line in the
Okay,
yeah,
so,
falling in line for medication.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of when we were in the hospital, they used to go and they'd line you up and you take your meds at the beginning of the day, the end of the day, then they check under your tongue, whole 9 yards. So it just reminded me of that. But maybe that's not what that is.
I don't like the idea of, it turns out he's just like a crazy person in the, what did you say?
In the psych ward.
In the psych ward. I think, like, I kind of wonder, like, how many of the people in that situation are actually crazy, or if they're...
It's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't just assume something like that. And I always wonder...
Assume people in psych ward are crazy?
Yeah, because, you were in the psych ward.
I was in the psych ward.
And so...
We were crazy.
Is everybody really crazy, or is it that people didn't get what they needed to be able to balance themselves?
Well, that's a very
you know
good.
What I'm saying?
That's a good question, and it was interesting because in our unit, that was like the big thing was, like, we were like the no bullshit unit. So it was like we were really trying to kill ourselves when we just got rescued, but we were really trying. We were doing it. It was this real sick like mark of like honor, like we were really on that shit. We weren't, and that's why we ended up in this like because it was I don't want to say it was a max security prison, but it was. But I mean, we were freaking people out. I mean, it was you had Ed walking around with a shotgun out there. Rest in peace to the homie. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was really. It was a
but like I said, is it
pretty
nature
crazy
nurture?
situation.
You know what I mean? Like was everybody born in that crazy situation, or were you born into a household that kind of turned you into that?
I mean, I guess, but none of my other brothers had that issue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
but they're not you.
Yeah, I don't.
We've seen.
I don't take the term crazy person as an insult. Like I do. I was a crazy. I was gonna kill. You know, I was minutes away from dying.
Yeah.
So if that's not crazy, what? Like I don't. That's not an insult to me. Is that? apologies to anybody that thinks crazy person's an insult. My bad. I didn't. We
Yeah,
just called
actually,
each
Set
other
up a
that.
poll. I do want to know what people have to say.
We just called each other. Yeah, that's true. Set up a poll. We just called each other that in the hospital. We just, what's up, crazy? No. And,
I cannot stand
for
that.
us, it was actually a mark of like, oh, you were real.
Like maybe if it was like, I don't know. I don't know.
That's not the one.
Yeah, if you just pull it up and I'll set up the poll. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd not be a fan. The word.
Well, I mean, it's a personal preference thing, I suppose. I mean that term never really that never offended me.
Yeah, I don't like the term.
Do you think they're
being called normal is an insult? Yeah, I don't want to be called normal either, but I don't want to be called crazy. And secondly,
what does crazy mean to you?
Crazy means you've gone batshit. Like there's no sense to what you're doing in any sense of the word, and it affects all the areas of your life. You're just crazy. Like that's almost irreversible. Like you're just gonna be like this.
Irreversible.
I said almost.
Oh, I see.
Irreversible.
I see what you're saying.
But it is irreversible to some people.
I think 275 is right. Everybody's a little crazy.
Yeah, but not everybody goes to a hospital to deal with their crazy.
Right. So we were
people
crazy.
that go to the hospital to deal with their crazy, sometimes people. I mean, somebody was just bringing that up about you just like 15 days ago or something. Remember they said something about it?
Yeah. So.
I don't like that.
Because they said something about it?
I don't like the whole energy that's put around people that are going to get help. Okay, when I went to visit that one person that was in there, I did not like it in there. The energy was horrible. And it was very scary.
When we went to see Kay?
No, I went twice, actually.
Were you scared when we went to see Kay?
Oh, in that situation, I wasn't. I just felt like claustrophobic. And I don't like the way that, because we knew her. She wasn't crazy to the point like you can't reason with her or talk to her. I mean,
well, yeah, but
she was in a difficult place.
Yeah, but she wasn't in any like max sec situation.
No, but
like,
she
was
couldn't
not
get
in,
out.
She
couldn't get out.
Yeah, but she wasn't in the situation I was in.
Oh, God, I couldn't do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like max security. You had like 3 layers of identification. People come in and visit you. Like this shit was crazy.
There it is. Ray said it first.
What?
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And see, I'm drinking. That's what I'm saying.
Hit 275s.
275. Boop.
I think. Go ahead.
I think with the wrong cocktail of experiences and situations, anybody might slip a bit and wind up in a hospital. There are other people that suffer from chemical imbalances. I agree with you, but there are some people that will never step foot in that situation.
Step foot in what situation?
To go to the hospital if they need help.
Yeah, that's because...
And those are the people judging the other people that went to the hospital to get help.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're the victim of their own judgmentalism. Those are the people that crazy bothers. You see what I'm saying? It's because they don't want to be crazy.
You just said that after I said I don't want to be called crazy?
Yeah, but, I mean, you would fall victim to that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you would absolutely... I say it to you all the time. You're always a victim of your own judgmentalism. That, in my opinion, that was the entire point of the conflict earlier. You thought I was putting a judgment on you morally, and I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
So, but
yeah, I do not like it if I feel like somebody's...
But I do see what you're saying. It looks to me like people, the term crazy offends people. Like, it looks that way to me.
Why are you saying that?
Because I really believe that the term, I really believe people are offended by it. I don't think you're the only one, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think so
That's
either.
why I'm saying
and the
it.
way that you're
so
saying
why are
it,
you
it's
saying?
like,
Why are you saying
because
it?
It's weird that you're even saying it's like saying, to be honest with you,
It's weird that I'm agreeing with you.
No, I think that people don't like being slapped in the face. Well, no shit.
You're saying there's a correlation between being crazy and getting slapped in the face?
No, what did you? Okay, say your statement.
Crazy
again.
is just a mental state.
Yeah, but you said I think that people what?
But I'm saying I'm starting to believe that people are really offended by the term crazy. Like I think they're looking at it like it's a pejorative, like you're insulting them.
Yes.
Is what it looked. So why are you reacting to me that I'm agreeing with you?
Because the way that you're saying it, it's like you're coming to this realization that the sky is
blue. I am. I don't, honey. Not everybody thinks like you. So
yeah,
okay.
But I think a lot of people...
You crazy offends you, But it didn't offend me or any of the people in the hospital. Ed didn't care. He's like, hell yeah, I'm crazy. In the hood, if you say, yo, that nigga's crazy, bro, that's a
Yeah, but that means he'll do what he has
that's
to
an
do, whatever's
affirmation of the
necessary.
person's
Yeah.
manhood. So, honey, not everybody's grew up like you. In your little, where you grew up, in your little town or whatever in Maine, crazy only has one meaning or whatever. But I think people are probably, you know.
And I agree with this. Thank you, Luminous Knight. That's what I think about it. Sadly, the term crazy has become a slur to dismiss people. People who are sick have different opinions and challenge authority. I think there's truth to that.
I am so confused. I'm agreeing with you that the term is offensive to people.
Yes, but I don't understand how you can act like you just came up on that.
Because I just did. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But what I'm saying is I don't understand how you're as smart as you are and you
And
just
I'm
came in on that
I'm explaining to you that it has nothing to do with intelligence and everything to do with culture.
Yeah, because
You came from a culture where that was the only meaning. That wasn't our culture. I didn't come up in that culture.
Right.
In my culture, if you were called crazy, it was a positive thing. I mean, look, man, there's a reason why, hey, if we want to do blah, 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 we'll send Vin and those 11. They'll go do it because those people are crazy. That's what they used to say to us.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, when they were calling us that, they were saying that because they thought we were legendary. These people were, oh my God, you're blah, 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 blah. Nobody can make it in the blah, 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 blah.
That's true.
You guys are crazy.
Right. No, you're right. Because even in the context that I was in before, I was always next level to the other people, and you know that you know what I mean. Like you're
crazy, yeah.
Crazy or extreme or
yeah.
And I guess I was completely okay with it then. I'm just not good with.
And even when we were in the hospital, like, yo, that guy's crazy. And it was if at the psych, I'll tell you how it goes. If you're in the psych ward, you were so bad that we were calling you crazy, then you were the king of the psych ward. Because you were the craziest of the crazy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is.
But I am personally not insulted by it. This is the first time I've really sat, because me and you had talks. I'm like, oh, you're just in your crazy, and like you're like, don't call me crazy, blah 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 blah. I'm like,
I never hit you. Don't do that. I never hit you.
Nobody would believe that you hit me, but I mean, you have. I mean,
not in seriousness.
But yeah, mentally defunct folks or whatever. My buddy had to stare at a mirror in boot and say, I'm not crazy, you're crazy for several hours as a punishment. You could tell he's in the army. You considering the punishments that Jamie and his crew had to deal with over there?
That's true, Vin. Watch your eye.
Yeah, okay. So this guy, it just looks to me like he's in a psych, he's having mental issues and he's in a psych ward, so he imagined the dinosaurs and all the other shit. Is that
yikes?
Is that okay?
Sure.
Like, is that good?
That's fine. I mean, what do you want me to say?
I just don't understand. Like, shouldn't you be celebrating? Like, yay, you've come to an epiphany. You know what I'm saying?
For you?
Yeah. Like, oh, now you see that crazy is an insult to most of us. No, instead you're mad at me because I came to the epiphany. It's so crazy.
No, that's not what's happening. I don't like the. Oh man. Okay, I'm not even gonna say that live. I'll tell you. Excuse me, I will tell you that later.
Just tell it to me. And we're back. What do you give the song?
You evolved and she's hating. There you go. You got somebody on your side.
Who said that? Who said that?
Nick.
Yes, Nick. Inimic. Yes, Nick.
Yeah,
Thank
Nick.
you. This is the first. You're seeing history, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, somebody defends me.
Here's 2 bits of history. That
Nick, would you like a shirt?
I
Would
was
you like a
just
song?
gonna say it! How dare you? Nick, email us vinandsori@gmail.com, and I am personally going to make sure that you get a Middle America shirt with his face on it.
Yes, I will personally.
Anyway,
What do you give the song?
9.3.
Solid 9. I can't give it a 9.4 because I gave 9.4 to the other one. Mo, I can't do that because I like
You gotta
to.
stop doing that. You gotta
The
just rate them
riffage,
individually.
the riffage was crazy. See, Sadie says that she takes crazy as a compliment, so there's that.
Yeah, it depends on what you're talking
The
about.
riffage was crazy, and I like the cadence. I
like
can't
the
give it a
gymnast?
9. I gotta give this a
People are like, yo,
9.7.
she's
I gotta
crazy.
give this a 9.7. That riff was insane. This is probably the riff of the week.
Whoa, you just jumped up like that?
Yeah, I forgot how crazy the riff was because I was too busy arguing with you.
Or you say your silly ass.
Tell the people what I was gonna say. Your crazy ass, but that.
No!
This is-
I saw you move your face when I turned, because you knew you shouldn't say that to me. Okay. Anyway, I already rated it.
Tasco's like, did you kiss him back up? It's like, nigga, this is what we
This
do,
is part
nigga.
of the chorus. This is like every day.
Every fucking day. All right, love that. There you are, dear listener.
Love that.
Listen, if you are a square and you're on regular YouTube, then we're gonna have to wait for you. We're gonna have to see you at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you're not a square and you're a faithful villager who's in the cult, who's considering moving, stand by.
That's crazy.
I think we could build a little.
Please, we could.
Inshallah.
We could literally do anything we wanted. I do not think there's anything we couldn't do if we set our mind to it.
She's crazy.
But so is he.
But I'm not going to cry about it. I love the song. Having said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Gone.